It is Saturday morning cartoons, and this is the sound of getting better, I think. Although when I first woke up this morning, it was a it was a wild. If the neighbors heard what was going on in my lungs this morning, they probably called the authorities. Anyway, but that means things are clearing up, and I am feeling better. Constance is feeling well enough to visit the neighbor's garage sale. There's a four-house garage sale right across the street from us. People are parked in our driveway and everything. Because it's an absolutely beautiful day in Sacramento. Now, I complain about Sacramento continually, but I can't say anything bad about today's beautiful, beautiful spring weather out there. Uh, Constance she sounds a little better than I do this morning, and she's going to go out for a short bicycle ride, which means that she's uh, uh, on the road to recovery too. So thank you everyone for your thoughtful prayers and good vibes and energy and well wishes, and keep it up because this was quite a blow. Anyway, it is Saturday morning cartoons. Uh, I want to talk just a little bit about tarot reading. And not everybody who studies tarot or is interested in tarot and the Kabbalistic aspects of tarot read the cards. Okay, and that's perfectly all right. Not only is it all right, but it's discouraged by venerable Kabbalistic tarot organizations like BOTA. It's discouraged as a fortune telling exercise, and with good reason, because uh, unless one is uh, possessed of at least a modicum of maturity, uh, one can get dependent upon and reliant upon um, divinations. Think, for God's sake, tell me what to think, kind of thing. And I have an amusing story, and I believe it's in my Life with the Spirits or Homemade Magic or something, about about someone who was addicted to fortune tellers and things like that. Uh, but And for very many years, I didn't use tarot cards or apply them or take advantage of them as a divinatory tool. I was very satisfied with the I Ching, which did not. I Ching didn't allow me to lie to myself like like tarot readings do, you know. And I Ching will just say, "You poor son of a bitch, that you, you know, you idiot," you know, uh, and it doesn't spare your feelings or give you that much elbow room for wishful thinking. Uh, Nevertheless, um, uh, after many years, I started to appreciate the art of tarot divination. Crowley used a lot, and I began to attend tarot conferences and meet up with tarot luminaries uh, such as Brian Williams and Rachel Pollack and Mary Greer and my own personal kind of tarot uh, reader. When my back's against the wall, I go to Janet Barris, um, who has, I guess we resonate really well together because she doesn't let me lie to myself either. Uh, but anyway, uh, my newest thing that I'm very excited about and just admire no end is a series of videos, I guess, just like 15-minute videos of all the tarot cards, okay? And it's called Kippy's Quest, spelled with a K, Kippy's Quest. It's not only funny, it's very intelligent, it's entertaining, and I learn a lot about tarot every time. And he sort of centers it on the weight deck, um, but he also brings in commentaries by Crowley and Mary and Rachel and it's just very good. If you haven't seen or subscribed to or clicked like on Kippy's Quest, do it. Okay, start anywhere. Start anywhere. But once you've seen one, you'll probably want to go back on the whole fool's journey through all 78 cards, and it's just marvelously entertaining and professionally done. Um, that being said, one of the recurring segments on each of the Kippy's Quest concerns reversals, and so every card gets the kind of the reversal treatment too. And I believe it's Mary Greer has written a fabulous book on reversals. Rachel Pollack in her works always covers the aspect of reversals. And you know, I don't. Not because I think it's wrong. No, it's completely right. It's just that I'm so stupid and clumsy that pretty much every time I shuffle the deck, every card I'm going to come up with, every other one's going to be a reversal. And look, I'm a pretty pedestrian, lazy, stupid old guy, but here's what I had to say, and I'm going to use the Devil card as an example. There's Crowley's Devil card. Okay, do I have to draw you a picture? Okay, there is our Devil card. Okay, and so I'm going to read what DuQuette has to say about the Devil card in Understanding Aleister Crowley's Thoth Tarot. And hopefully I'll be able to make my way through it without coughing too badly. So I'm going to start right off by going like this. The devil does not exist. It is a false name invented by the Black Brothers to imply a unity in their ignorant muddle of dispersions. A devil who had unity would be a god. Now that's Crowley. The devil may not exist, but there is most definitely a devil card in tarot. And in my opinion, he's the most universally misunderstood character in the entire deck. But then you'd probably think, oh gee, I may have to stop, that I would say that. This is the trump of Capricorn, the sign of the goat. Indeed, for the purpose of fortune telling, the devil has truly been the scapegoat for all the perceived evils that could befall us, and the sinful temptations that are constantly luring us towards self-destruction. How convenient. But if the devil is supposed to be the card that represents evil, which card should we pick to represent good? All the other trumps have the potential of representing the qualities of both good and evil. Why do we need a card just for evil? Can't the fool be thoughtless enough? Can't the magus be larcenous enough? The high priestess seductive enough? The empress wicked enough? The emperor tyrannical enough? Hang on, after all, this is Saturday morning cartoons. The Hierophant bigoted enough? The Lovers unfaithful enough? The Chariot pretentious enough? Look at that. He even put his face on the chair. Lust lascivious enough? The Hermit self-abusive enough? Fortune ill-fated enough? Adjustment unfair enough? The Hanged Man tormented enough? Death murderous enough? Art chaotic enough? The Tower catastrophic enough? The Star despondent enough? The Moon deceitful enough? The Sun narcissistic enough? The Aeon destructive enough? And the Universe cold and cruel enough to handle all the evil in the world? It should be obvious that the devil is something other than the ultimate evil. That something other is just what his full title proclaims. He is Lord of the gates of matter. That in itself is pretty scary, especially if you've been convinced that earthly life is somehow an estrangement from God, and that all things on the material plane, including you and me, are inherently evil. Grow up. Whatever the Supreme Being is, it would not be the Supreme Being if it weren't everything, including you and me and the devil. It seems pretty obvious that the devil is just God, as misunderstood by the ignorant and wicked. Crowley explains it like this, quote, "This card represents a creative energy in its most material form. In the zodiac, it's Capricornus occupies the position. It's the most exalted of the signs. It is the goat leaping with lust upon the summits of the earth. In this sign, Mars is exalted, showing it in its best form, the fiery material energy of creation. The card represents Pan, Pangenitor, all begetter." Unquote. Crowley tells us that the Fool, the Hermit, and the Devil, those three guys, offer the threefold explanation of the male creative energy. But this card, the Devil, especially represents the masculine energy in its most masculine form, and I guess Harris did a pretty damn good job of that. Look at the card. I don't have to draw you a picture. Lady Harris could hardly have been more explicit. The whole card is the Devil. A magnificent three-eyed Himalayan goat stands before a tree, and its great transparent globular roots. Perhaps the most interesting feature is the testes. In the traditional tarot deck, the Devil trump shows a woman and a man standing beneath the Devil in a curious attitudes of worship and bondage. These figures are translated in the Harris painting as 4 female forms in the left testicle and 4 male forms in the right. The top male form bears the classic horned head of the Devil, who appears to have fought his way to the top. The pairs of broken lines are insinuative of chromosomes, and the starry rays at the equator of the globes suggest cellular, cellular separation? Okay, a cellular division. This is the Devil. This is the Devil the world has been taught to fear. He's life itself, unrestrained in mad love and seeking to grow and unite with absolutely everything. Okay. In the wake world, I'm skipping ahead here a little. Crowley spins a charming fairy tale of a little girl's initiation and her initiatory trip up the tree of life. Her name is Lola, and her guide is her holy guardian angel, whom she calls her fairy prince. When they reach path 26, that of Oyen and the Devil, they attend a strange banquet on a desolate heath. It was midnight, quote, "It was midnight, and the Devil came down and sat in the midst. But my fairy prince whispered, 'Hush, it is a great secret, but his name is Yeshua, and he is the Savior of the world.'" And that's very funny, because the girl next to me thought it was Jesus Christ, till another fairy prince, my prince's brother, whispered as he kissed her, "Hush, tell nobody ever. That is Satan, and he's the Savior of the world." Okay, thank you very much for making it through my hacking and wheezing. Believe me, I feel better than I sound. And I hope to be even better tomorrow for Sunday school. So until then, continue to be good to yourself, be good to each other, be good to the devil. And if you want to read reversals, please read reversals. And if you want a good guide to that, read Mary Greer's book on reversals, because it's excellent. Not only that, but watch Kippy's Quest. Okay, I'm shamelessly plugging Kippy's Quest because it's absolute delight. Do what thou wilt shall be the whole of the law. Love is the law, love under will.